You have been through this before. Your cat rolls onto its back. Soft eyes, relaxed body, belly fully exposed and pointing directly at you. Every signal looks like an invitation. You reach down and suddenly your hand is wrapped in claws and teeth before you even process what happened. Your cat kicks with its back legs, bites with controlled pressure, then lets go and starts grooming itself as if nothing happened. You feel confused, maybe even a little betrayed, and if you've had a cat long enough, slightly embarrassed that you fell for it again. But what just happened was not a trap. It was not aggression or your cat being unpredictable. It was a sequence of behaviors that each make perfect sense on their own, and together form one of the most misunderstood moments in the cat-human relationship. Today we're going through what the belly roll actually means, why touching the belly triggers such a strong response, and how to recognize the signals that tell you which situation you're in before your hand gets anywhere near the stomach. Start with what the belly roll actually is, because this is where most people misunderstand everything. Your cat rolling onto its back and exposing its stomach is a genuine trust signal. In the wild, exposing the soft underside means exposing the body's most vulnerable area. Cats do not do this in front of something they believe is dangerous. The belly roll requires a level of safety that many cats take months to develop with a person, and some never develop at all. Dr. John Bradshaw, whose research on feline social behavior is among the most cited in the field, describes the belly roll as one of the clearest signs of a cat's comfort with a specific individual. Your cat is communicating something genuine. What it is not saying is, touch me here. That distinction is the source of almost all the confusion. In feline social communication, exposing the belly is a display of trust, not an invitation for physical contact. Watch two bonded cats interact. One may roll onto its back, but the other doesn't immediately touch the exposed belly. Instead, it may groom the head or neck, or simply remain nearby. The roll is acknowledged without becoming an invitation to touch, because, in cat language, that invitation was never given. If your cat has ever given you the full belly roll and then immediately grabbed your hand, drop a comment below. I'd love to know if anyone has ever read the situation correctly in real time. The second piece explains why belly contact creates such a fast response, even in cats that genuinely trust you. The abdomen is the most neurologically protected area of a cat's body. It contains vital organs with little natural protection, and the skin and muscles there are wired with an automatic threat response. When something touches that area, the defensive system reacts before the brain finishes identifying what made contact. It doesn't matter that the hand belongs to you. It doesn't matter that your cat was completely relaxed a second earlier. The defensive signal travels faster than conscious recognition. Researchers studying feline somatosensory processing have found that the abdomen's high density of sensory receptors makes it extremely sensitive. Direct contact can shift from neutral to uncomfortable almost instantly. For most cats, this isn't a pain response, it's a protective reflex. The nervous system interprets contact with the exposed belly as a possible threat and activates its defense before social recognition can catch up. The grab and kick sequence isn't random either. The front paws wrap around your hand to control the perceived threat, while the powerful back leg kicks are the same defensive movement cats use against predators. Your hand is simply receiving a scaled-down version of a survival response. Your cat isn't trying to be vicious. Its body is responding exactly as it evolved to. The third layer explains why the reaction isn't always immediate. Some cats allow belly contact for a few seconds before grabbing your hand. That makes many owners think their cat sometimes enjoys belly rubs and sometimes doesn't. The explanation is actually much more specific. Animal behaviorist Jackson Galaxy identifies this as petting-induced overstimulation. Every cat has a tolerance threshold for touch in sensitive areas. Below that limit, the social bond temporarily overrides the defensive response. Once the threshold is crossed, the defense reflex takes over. Your cat didn't suddenly change its mind. The stimulation simply accumulated until the nervous system switched from tolerance to protection. That threshold isn't fixed. It changes depending on your cat's stress level, how much handling it's already had, and what's happening in the environment. A cat that accepted 5 seconds of belly contact yesterday may only tolerate 2 seconds today for reasons that have nothing to do with you. Fortunately, your cat usually gives warning signals before the reflex activates. Watch the tail. It begins flicking with more intention. The skin on the abdomen may ripple a reflex called skin rolling that signals increasing arousal. Then the ears begin rotating backward. These signals usually appear in that order. Stop touching your cat at the first sign. and the defensive sequence often ends there. If your cat has ever shown these warning signs before grabbing your hand, let me know in the comments whether you noticed them in time. The fourth piece explains what your cat actually wants during the belly roll, because it does want something just not belly rubs. Cats that roll over in front of their owners are usually asking for attention, proximity, or social interaction in the areas where cats naturally groom one another: the head, cheeks, neck, and behind the ears. These areas contain scent glands that play an important role in feline social bonding. When bonded cats respond to a belly roll, they usually touch or groom the head and neck. Your cat rolling over and receiving scratches behind the ears is getting exactly the kind of interaction it was asking for. Your cat rolling over and getting its belly rubbed receives something that doesn't match feline social communication, and that mismatch activates the defensive reflex. Dr. Mikel Delgado at UC Davis recommends treating the belly roll as an invitation to interact, rather than permission to touch the stomach. Offer your hand near your cat's head and allow it to choose the contact. Let it rub its cheeks against your fingers. That response completes the social interaction your cat intended without triggering the automatic defense system. The fifth and final piece changes how you should interpret everything that happens afterward. Most cats that grab your hand during a belly touch release almost immediately. They don't run away, hide, or continue acting afraid. Many stay exactly where they are. Some roll over again within minutes. Others simply begin grooming themselves. That behavior tells you something important. The response wasn't about your relationship. It was a reflex. Your cat isn't angry with you, trying to punish you, or telling you it doesn't trust you. Its nervous system reacted to a specific stimulus, completed the response, and returned to normal. From your cat's perspective, the moment is already over. Understanding this changes what you should do afterward. Don't scold your cat. Don't withdraw affection. Don't assume you've damaged the relationship. Nothing has changed. A protective reflex fired, ended, and your cat has already moved on. 5 layers underneath the oldest trap in the living room. The belly roll is a genuine display of trust, but it has never been an invitation to touch the stomach. The abdomen's automatic defense system reacts before social recognition can intervene. Every cat has a touch threshold, with warning signs that appear before it breaks. Your cat is asking for social interaction, just not belly contact. And the calm behavior afterward tells you the entire event was simply a reflex. Your cat is not trying to trick you. It is trusting you enough to become vulnerable in your presence, and communicating that trust in the clearest way it knows how. The real trap isn't your cat. It's the gap between what belly exposure means in feline language and what every human assumes it means. If this explains something that's happened to you more than once, share it with someone who has the same story. And subscribe, because next week we're going into how to read your cat's body language in real time so you always know what it's communicating before your hand makes any decisions.